Right, Aquarius, what's going on for you for the week of the 12th to the 18th? Definitely looks like you're coming out of something. Really is the dawning of a new day for you guys. Welcome to the Astroflower. This is going to be a lovely Astroflower family meeting for Aquarius. If you don't know anything about the Astroflower, please go down in the links below in the description and you can find out a lot more about the Astroflower. For those of you who don't know, this is the relationship side, emotional sort of side. This is the money sort of side of life. This is the overall energy that's flowing through you at the moment. This is the karmic messages for your respective sides on your relationships and on your financial sort of side. And this is the overall outcome. Thank you for your support of this channel. If you'd like to support this channel, it's very simple. Very easy to do. You can do it right now. It's just a question of subscribing and clicking that bell. And you are more than welcome. So let's get what the overall message is going on here for you. Okay, so it might have felt over the last sort of like 2-3 weeks that you've been gradually imprisoned into a situation or imprisoned into being a certain way, and it's like the door's just about to break and you're about to break free by the looks of things. I know it's been quite tricky in your readings over the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks, and it's just really nice to see that Ace of Cups coming through, simply because your love will shine through regardless. I think, Aquarius, you're that humane sign and you put humanity in most things you do, so if not everything you do. So let's just have a quick look. Let's see what's going on with that overall energy that's flowing through you at the moment. Obviously, we can all be a little bit, I've got the word in French, which is rancœur, which is, reverses your heart in a way, rancœur. And it's sort of like having regrets or holding grudges. And, you know, I know it's difficult to do. I'm a Capricorn, and we are, you know, we've got a lot of elements that are qualities. So basically you've got Capricorn running through you there, through your sign. And Capricorn's got Aquarius running through, you know, their sign there. So we share a lot of things, obviously, because we're right next to each other. And I can understand that life can sort of like, you know, eat away at you. But don't. Just let your love shine. Just walk away from everything else that just sort of, that are not beneficial, that are not really about sort of exploring the better sides of life. I think that's what it's all about. And I think it's just here, it's just kind of sort of saying, whatever happens, just allow your love to shine. Okay? Let's see what's going on the relationship front. This is really nice. This is quite solid. This is the karmic message that's going through for you guys. Yeah, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and this is, it seems like there's good, solid progression within your relationships. Now, these relationships could be family, friends, community, partner. It's non-specific in that respect. It's how you approach your relationships in your life. And I think this is, yeah, I think this is more to do with, yeah, this is certainly has a very big dose of couple within that. If you're looking to get into a relationship, it's a good moment to do it. But be honest about yourself. Be honest about the person, you know, with the person you're with. We all have defaults, you know, we all have faults, sorry. No one's perfect, and we shouldn't be ashamed of our faults sometimes. I think we should celebrate them in a way. It makes us all very different. But this here is about sort of like solid, progressive ways of moving on. Chariot, victory, coming in quite quickly. Yeah, I think this is it. I think it's going to be, it's a bit of a watershed moment for you. If you haven't seen the July reading, you really should go and have a look at that, because it's a pivotal moment this July, it seems. And yeah, things seem to be coming on now where you're going to really see the difference between the gold and the fool's gold in your life around you at the moment in regards to relationships. And that's going to make you feel incredibly secure. within your relationships. And that's really beautiful. Okay, let's just see how the universe is trying to guide this karmic message. You could build a castle on that foundation. That's what the universe is sort of saying. This foundation is so solid and it's such a good victory for you. And it's a real realization that may come in actually early on in the week. You just realize, kind of going, do you know what? I'm really in a, you know, life may be difficult, but the people that I have around me are really solid and I can depend upon them. And if you can depend upon them, then therefore you can build a relationships that lasts several lifetimes. Why not? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, probably saying goodbye to the disappointments of the past. You know, that's what the universe is sort of saying. You can build a castle on that sort of foundation. And it's almost, this card here is sort of saying, yeah, you know, don't forget, you know, the past disappointments and how you got to where you are today. If you remind yourself a little bit of that occasionally, then you'll know where you're going in the future and where not to go in the future. But here is kind of, I think it's more the universe sort of saying it's got your back, and it's sort of saying the disappointments of the past are exactly that. They're in the past. Okay? So it might well be that as you build your castle, or as you build your, you know, your structure, your life, your relationships with other people, there may be some people that you might find disappointing, but in general, with that victory going on, I think, you know, you won't hesitate on that point. You won't get lost in it. You know, you won't dwell on it. That's what I was saying. You'll be creating a new dwelling. Okay, let's just see how your guides are trying to influence that karmic path. They seem to be playing into the karmic path a lot more. The Chariot, the universe seems to be sort of like, as I say, that protecting factor that it's doing for you here, reducing the disappointment. And your guides here are sort of trying to encourage that speediness, that growth, that solidness, that friendship, that lovers, that couple that can go from strength to strength, as it were. 9 of Swords. You're not the only one to have got that. There's several people who've got it and exactly in that position. So I think this is where I think this is the past. As I say, over the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks, I think this comes from the past. And I think both the universe and probably your guides as well are actually trying to remind you of where you've been, what difficulties you might have had over the past sort of like 2 or 3 months. And now it's sort of saying, now is the time to just leave that in the past. It's like your guides are taking on your worries and your sleepless nights for you. They're really helping you out and moving on to that victory. Let's see how those guides are sort of influencing that conversation that is within you, that sort of conversation we all have. Yeah. Breathe in the joyous moment. That's what they're sort of saying. They're encouraging you to realize the beauty of the relationships that you have around you. Concentrating on the things that work, yeah. Concentrating on relationships that are beneficial, not only for you, but also for the other people that you're in relationship with. And this could be your partner. I think it seems like a really good moment for partnership, actually, for you guys. That's a general feeling I get off of this. But also at the same time, I think it's also a case of solidifying or cultivating or building on that foundation of, family, friends, community, and people that are around you that you can be dependent upon. So you'd stop concentrating on that part there. That's what it seems to be. And I think the guides, sometimes you'll just kind of have that little word within your spirit, and it'll sort of say, oh, don't worry about it, relax. Just let go of that. And I would listen to it. I would listen to your guides in that respect. let's see what's going on. It's going to be interesting to see what comes out in the overall, the outcome. Let's see how the guides are trying to influence that that conversation. I'll get there in a minute. The karmic message of your money side. Okay, let's just see what's going on there. Knowing why you should have success will ensure you will have success. Basically, you win some, you lose some. Yeah, and if you got that attitude, it's a very carefree attitude. But understand why you're having success. And sometimes we want success for the wrong reasons. And if we want success for the wrong reasons, it tends to get blocked on the way. Once we realize how to get into that rhythm of success and realize that actually your success is something that is for everybody else as well. So, you know, if you're like a successful farmer, you can share your fruits and you can share your seeds with everybody that is around you, and everybody in a better place will mean that you will be in a better place. People will appreciate you even more because you sort of like share your fruits with people, etc. So I think it's a case of this. I think this week here is understanding why you should have success. I think, yeah, you know, Six of Cups, learning from past experiences, I think here. So this is, you know, runs through to why you should have success. And just realizing, looking back and kind of saying, do you know what, I wanted it for different reasons then before. And now, I realize why I should have success in my life. Once you realize that, success is possible. You know, it's not guaranteed, but it's certainly possible. Let's see how the universe is trying to influence that sort of karmic path. They're talking about rhythms here, but they're also talking about concentrating on certain aspects that may be more beneficial than other aspects that you may have been enthusiastic about in the past, but maybe in the going future is not really worthwhile being invested in. And it's realizing what is going to give you those returns, what's going to help you out in life. Strength. Yeah. So being strong and true. So realizing where your strengths are. I think this is what the universe is trying to help you with here. And this is associated with looking in the past and realizing why success wasn't there. And it could well have something to do with the reasons that you were supposed, you wanted success. And that's going to change. And that's going to make you a lot stronger going forward, a lot more focused going forward. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that karmic path. They're almost kind of going patience, patience. I think it's more patience on the success. Don't try and, a big win now may over a long period of time be actually only a small win. But more smaller wins over a longer period of time may be a bigger win, if you know what I mean. And I think that's what the patience is all about. Timing, all about timing and patience. Playing smart. I was going to say that actually, funny enough. And that's what the patience is all about. Knowing how to diffuse any complications within your life by playing smart and just being patient. And sometimes just walking away would be really good. I was talking to a very good friend of mine the other day about similar sort of thing to this. And an Aquarian. Love to see you as per usual, and I can't wait to see you again soon. And I think it's that. I think sometimes smart doesn't necessarily mean being in the jobs. So you're in your job, and it doesn't necessarily mean smart being in your job. It also could be how you lead your life. So if you're working really, really hard and you're not taking time out, that's not smart. and it's taking the time out. It's got nothing to do with your job. It's taking your time out in your private time, which could be the catalyst to really propel you forward into your success. So playing smart, avoiding complications in the future by knowing yourself and knowing this thing here, tying this thing really clearly so you can see totally where you're going. Know how to do that with a greater intelligence because of what you've lived in the past. Okay, let's just see how that guides are trying to influence that sort of conversation within you regards to money, business, and finances. Success is relative, so what you perceive to be successful, others may not perceive that to be successful. And I think this comes back to that whole idea of being clear about why you should have success. I think that's really, really important. That seems to be the overall message coming through here. And it could have something to do with the fact that you should realize that success should be joyous experience rather than a proud experience. It should be a joyous experience that's shared almost with other people. And here is sort of saying, it's reassuring you of what the direction that you're taking. Yeah, Empress, you know, Mother Nature. She's reassuring you. She's allowing you to marry that body, mind and spirit. So it's exactly what I'm talking about. Success in the business world depends on how you do business or how you do a job within your job world. And that's very physical. But it also demands a certain type of spirit or a certain type of energy. How you approach a situation will determine, you know, how you give birth to your success, basically. So yeah, it's a case of realizing that there is certain rules within the physical world, there is certain rules within the energy world, and they may not be the same. And marrying those two needs a really good, clear spirit about not carrying over clutter from the past, basically. Okay, so I think letting your love shine and your desires to be expressed in the world is a really good thing. Let's see what the outcome is. Oh, the outcome's really nice. It's like you've been, you know, over here we got the Pyrenees Mountains and they do this massive wall of mountain across us before we go into Spain. But when you get up to the other side, or you get up on top of the mountain, on the other side, on the Spanish side, the French side is very steep and the Spanish side is very tapered off. So as you get through the mountains, all of a sudden you can have like massive sort of like valleys that you know, and prairies that are absolutely beautiful, but really quite high up. And I think this is a moment for you where you sort of take that crest of that mountain, you kind of look before you and kind of go, there is so much space and opportunity. This is a beautiful place. And that's what it sort of seems like. So healing, yeah, it's going to heal all those wounds of the past that might have been causing you conflict, basically. And joyous, solid foundations in life is as good a healing as anything else, to make you feel at one with yourself and at one with your own success, which you will have if you're very clear with yourself and have it all in harmony and balance and stuff like that. Okay, so it is a very transitional week. You should really look at your July reading because that will go into that as well, I think. It's a very poignant month, this month. And yeah, so it's going to end up where you're going to feel a lot more at ease with yourself in the going future. That's what I mean about sort of like the doors of the prisons are going to go, are going to blow open, and you're going to get that first bit of sunshine on you and just kind of go, oh, it's so good to be free. Is that not the greatest healing moment in the world? You know, that appeasement of the soul and spirit. I think that's what you're heading towards. I think that's going to be more into next week than this week. I think that healing thing is going to be to do with relationships and feeling so solid and at home with your relationships, and also having the inkling or the realization of how you can progress in the future in regards to sort of money and finances and stuff like that. There you go, Aquarius. I hope this helps you out. Don't forget, the Astroflower is there to make the best out of life, regardless of what you're going through. If you want to learn more about the Astroflower, there's plenty of links in the description below. We much appreciate your support for this channel, and you can support this channel by subscribing, clicking the bell. It would be absolutely brilliant. If not, also sharing this video, liking it, commenting on it. It all helps, and I do thank you very much. And everyone will thank you for it as well. Okay, in the meantime, Aquarius, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.